Welcome to 3 Minutes in History. I'm your future history teacher, Chris Oxenford. Thank you for joining me, and let's get started. The 1500s were a time of great upheaval both in England and in the rest of Europe. The Protestant Reformation was tearing through the continent, creating religious strife and war. Ambitious monarchs took advantage of the Reformation to increase their own power at the expense of the Catholic Church. The Reformation had come to England during the reign of King Henry VIII. Henry was determined to father a male heir to the throne of England in order to ensure the continuation of the Tudor dynasty. When his first wife, Lady Catherine of Aragon, failed to produce a male heir, Henry decided to divorce her. Unfortunately for Henry, Catherine was the daughter of King Charles V. Charles ruled a sizable portion of Europe and had the ear of the Pope. In order to secure his divorce, in 1532, Henry broke with the Catholic Church. He seized church-held lands throughout England, denounced papal authority, and made the King of England the head of the Church. When Henry died in 1547, he was succeeded by his young son, Edward VI. Edward, or perhaps Edward's regents, transformed the Church of England into a truly Protestant faith. The Catholic practice of priestly celibacy was renounced. The Mass was abolished, and all services in the church were to be held in English. Edward's reforms were not popular with some English people, including his sister, Mary. Mary was the daughter of Henry and Catherine of Aragon. She was a devout Catholic, even during Edward's reign. When Edward fell ill in 1553, it seemed likely that she would be his successor and would end the English Reformation and return England to the Catholic faith. Edward was determined to avoid this. Acting on the legal advice from his regent John Dudley, Duke of Northumberland, Edward excluded Mary and his other sister Elizabeth from the succession. This meant that when Edward died on July 6, 1553, Lady Jane Grey was proclaimed the Queen of England. At the time she was elevated to the throne, Lady Jane was 16 years old. She was the daughter of King Henry VIII's younger sister, Mary. She had been raised as a Protestant and had a reputation as one of England's most educated women. She was married on May 25, 1553, to Guilford Dudley, the son of John Dudley, who, as Edward's regent, was the most powerful man in England. She was coronated 4 days after Edward's death on July 10, 1553. Lady Jane's ascension was not well received by the people of England. It was especially not well received by Edward's sister. Indeed, Mary was not prepared to accept her exclusion from the succession. She sent a letter to the Privy Council declaring that she was the rightful Queen of England. Mary then traveled to Suffolk. She held considerable land there, and the area had earlier seen a rebellion against King Edward. There, she gathered an army of almost 20,000 supporters. Learning of the size of her army, the council renounced Dudley and Jane Grey and proclaimed Mary the Queen. Dudley was arrested for trying to crown Lady Jane and was sent to the Tower before being executed in August of 1553. Lady Jane was also confined to the Tower after a reign of only 9 days. In February of 1554, a Protestant uprising led by Sir Thomas Wyatt failed to overthrow Queen Mary. Mary feared that Lady Jane would be used as a rallying symbol for more Protestant rebellions. So, Lady Jane Grey was executed on February 12, 1554.
Lady. Lay you down.
Where is it? Where is it? What do I do?
I'm Chris Oxenford. This has been 3 Minutes in History. Thank you for joining me.